Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Marquise Page, the man with the plan, the kid that did. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Real Spill of the Cleaning Business. Now I'm your host, like I say, Marquise Page, owner of K&M Cleaning Crew, your host of the Real Spill of the Cleaning Business. And today we're gonna get right into it. Today we're gonna talk about how to gain those cleaning contracts, how to get the golden ticket. I feel like Willy Wonka today. I'm gonna break it down into two ways. I have non-paid ways and I have the paid ways. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into it because I know a lot of you guys you're wondering. It's like you chasing your tail almost, so to speak. Like, how do I get these contracts, man? How do I get in the face of these decision makers so that I could pitch my spiel and actually leave it stain on their brain, to actually get the cleaning contract. And even if you don't get the cleaning contract, just be an option. It's all about options in this life. So, like I said, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about the non-paid ways and the paid ways. Now, one of the non-paid ways to get a cleaning contract is going door to door. That's the old-fashioned way. You dress up, and you're cleaning. You have your cleaning collar shirt with your name on it, with your logo. You have some nice slacks, nice dress shoes, and you actually go door to door and you pass out your business cards. You might pass out flyers. You're pretty much just raising awareness for your cleaning business. I have a funny story of when I was first starting out. When I was first starting out, like I said, I had my cleaning shirt with my logo on it, my company name, my company logo. I had on some khakis and I had on some white Air Force Ones. So I thought I was, pretty presentable as I go out there and just kind of, face the beast, so to speak. So I go out there, man, I'm passing out my flyers, I'm passing out my business cards. And I think I'm doing something. I think I'm, actually making a dent, in the world and kind of building awareness. So I get to this one store. I don't even remember the store. I don't even remember the building. But I remember I'm pitching my spear to the dude, and the dude looks me up and down. And when he got to my shoes, he didn't take me seriously. Now that might not be a problem for all you guys out there, but that's why I say when you go door to door, look the part. You don't want to. I mean, sometimes you can get a contract looking busted and disgusted. You can go out there in your everyday work clothes, like you're working in the warehouse or something like that. But they want you to look presentable. And like I say, I kind of felt like I missed out on the opportunity just because I wasn't dressed the part. Like I said, and I was for the most part, but it's the devil's in the details. I know the devil wears Prada, but the devil's in the details, and the devil's gonna always make sure he looks good. So that's it. That's just my little story. But just like I say, when you're going door to door, it's all about raising brand awareness. And with these ways, you're not gonna always get the person in charge. But it's all about getting past that gatekeeper and just finding out, getting some contact information, even if you can't get past the gatekeeper. And the gatekeeper is the person, that's the secretary that's not gonna let you by. That's the worker that's not trying to hear what you gotta say. But the purpose of these ways is just getting past the gatekeeper and finding out who is the decision maker, who has power over the contract. So get a business card so that way you can send an email later on. It's all when you're going door to door. Don't always go to gain the contract. You're introducing yourself. You wouldn't ask a girl to marry you the first time you see her, right? So you can expect to get a contract off the first sight, sight unseen, so to speak. So when you're going door to door, the thing that you're trying to do, me personally, what I try to do is gather up contacts, gather up emails, addresses, gather up phone numbers. That way I can follow up. Another non-paid way to get contracts is cold calling. And like I said, when you're cold calling, you're trying to find the person in charge of the cleaning contract. When you're cold calling, you're not trying to sell them your spiel. Now, if you do get the decision maker on the phone, then by all means, don't waste their time. Let them know what you're calling about. Hey, my name is Marquise with K&M Cleaning Crew. LLC, and I was just reaching out to see how you guys are handling your office cleaning duties. We service other people in the area, and I just want to provide you with a free estimate. If not now, then for future reference. Just in case you ever have a problem with your current cleaners. Keep it short and sweet because you got to remember, a lot of times you're talking to the business owner, and when you're talking to the business owner, they're busy. You know what I'm talking about? Like I say, time is money, and especially with an entrepreneur, time is money. You're talking to a fellow business owner, so don't try to get all cold calls and do your sales pitch and all that. Just get straight to the point. Hey, I want to provide you with a free estimate. You know, no lock-in contract. I just want to provide you with a free estimate of our services. That's pretty much it. Like I say, the goal of cold calling is just to find out the person in charge. If you can't get a name, get the email address. And if you can get the name, that's even better. So when you call again the next time, you could just ask for them by name. And when you ask for them by name, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna automatically transfer you to them. So when you cold calling, it's all about gathering information. Don't go for the throat, so to speak, just out the gate. One of the last tips I have, as far as non-paid ways, and like I say, all this goes hand in hand, is email marketing. And like I said, with the email marketing, you can go about it one or two ways. You can gather your emails from cold calling and going door to door. That's one of the best ways to kind of, like I say, get the email address. Because when you get the email address, that's like a point of contact. That's the more information you have on the business, the better. The more ways you can get in contact with them, the better. A lot of times people don't necessarily be by their phone all day, but they do check their emails. I can't tell you how many times when I've been in a meeting or I've been somewhere where I can't actually talk on the phone, but I can see an email. Like I said, it's just another form of communication. So like I said, when you're cold calling and when you're going door to door, try to get their email address so that way you can email them and have another form of communication. Just in case you can't talk to them right then and there, you can always get an email marketing campaign, and once you get that going, you can email them every 2 to 3 months. Like I said, just to leave a stain on their brain. Because a lot of times you have to make contact with these people at least 5 or 6 times just to even get the contract or just to even get your foot in the door. So, like I say, email marketing, that is a good way to get contracts. And even the ones that tell you no the first time, the ones that tell you no the first time, you can always follow up. And when you follow up, email marketing, that's another way to just follow up and just, like I say, just leave a stain on their brain to where when they know now could be a yes later on down the line. So, don't knock email marketing. I've gotten a couple of contracts that way. Now, like I say, the non-paid ways, this is how you start when you're first starting out, like I say, building a cleaning company, just to get your contracts up. And as you grow, as you get more contracts, you scale up. And when you scale up, you have more money to play with. These are just the free ways that I just went over. So, like I say, once you grow and you scale up, you try to get a little bit more sophisticated. It's like going from Dickies to a suit, It's night and day. So now you're with the big leagues, and now you wanna do some paid ways to kind of grow your business. And I'm gonna give you 4 examples of paid ways where you can grow your business. One of them is just paid leads. In the cleaning business, you have websites like Bart, Home Advisor, and you have other people just selling leads. So paid leads is a nice way to go. Now let me just warn you about the paid leads. When you do paid leads, a lot of the times they're not personalized for you. And what I mean by that, you're in competition with other individuals. And I know you're not scared of competition. You're an entrepreneur. So competition, that's the last thing on your mind. But what I mean, you're in competition with other people is with the Bark and Home Advisor. Let me explain how that works. You pay them a certain amount of money to get credits. And with the credits, you use those credits to buy potential leads that you think fit your company. Now, once you buy that lead, you're on the hot seat. It's like almost like a game of hot potato. I've had more success when I just go for the throat and I get in communication with them right out of the bat. I mean, as soon as I buy the lead, I send them an email. Hey, how you doing? I saw your lead on Bart, and I'd love to get in contact to talk about the project. And I also follow that up with a phone call just to see if I can set up a time and a date. Your goal, like I say, when you're trying these ways, just to get in the decision maker's face and just send them, just so you can send them a free estimate for your services. Like I said, and that's the hard part, getting in their faces. So, like I say, with the paid leads route, there are some ways to where when like I say with Bark and Home Advisor, there are some junk. It is some junk in there, so you got to kind of wade through the water, so to speak. Strap on your high boots, get in that water, and see if you can catch some fish. But at the same time, you're gonna catch some bottom dwellers. You're gonna catch some ones that you gotta throw back in the lake. So, just be advised, don't go trigger happy with Home Advisor. That's the one of the worst ways you can kind of, and even with Bark too, I'm not just gonna say Home Advisor. And there's more out there. Bark, Home Advisor, Yep. Just that's the fastest way to throw away your marketing dollars on paid leads. So kind of, just on the air on the side of caution with those. Your next step is Google Ads. Now I like Google Ads because you got to think, when people use their phone, when people search for anything, where's the first place they go? Google. Google search. Google, where's the closest Chinese spot near me? Google, where's the new Jordans that's coming out September 5th? Google, what's this? Google, what's that? And if you can get placed on Google, you have an added benefit to being exposed to a wider audience. You got to think, I can't name how many contracts I've gotten just by having a Google My Business listing. And when you optimize that listing for your location and you kind of stand out, you get your reviews, you build your repertoire, you add the pictures, you like I said, you describe those pictures. You stand a better chance of let me explain a little bit how Google works. Google, they have crawlers, and what I mean by crawlers, they have um technology that matches up what you've displayed on the web with what someone is looking for. And if what you have lines up with what the person looking for, then you get in that listing. Now they also judge on the popularity of that listing. How many clicks is that listing that you have getting? So those are kind of the two ways that they judge on how to put you in front of the customer. So you have to see how many clicks that you're getting, and you have to see the value that you're providing to the customer, as far as what the customer typed in is what you have on Google. Is that beneficial to the customer? And now with Google Ads, they have a way of, man, Google is crazy, man. They have a way of specializing the audience where you can target a specific audience. I'm talking people. Say for instance, you want to target people under 35. That's a certain race that collects Jordans. Cause you feel like that's the target audience for you and what you're trying to sell. Then hey, you can do that and you can gather your audience. You can advertise to them. That's how specialized Google Ads are. And once you learn how to tinker with Google Ads, you'll be amazed at the results that you can get. That leads me to another kind of advertisement, which is Facebook ads. And Facebook ads is an even more specialized way to target your customer, because you have to think, everybody and their mom has a Google, no, excuse me, not a Google, but a Facebook page. And if you can, and you got to think that Facebook, they just gather information on people. They gather what type of magazines they like. They gather their interests. They gather their hobbies. So if you have a specialized customer, and I just use cleaning for example. Typically for cleaning, you'll target someone 30 and up. I'd probably say 35. 35 and up, because those are the decision makers. Those are the people that have paid their way in the business and kind of got up. A lot of people that I've gotten contracts are older that I deal with. They're in the upper 40s and 50s, but 35 is a good way to start. Now, as far as hobbies, you don't kind of tinker with that, but like I said, it's just a good way to start. The age group, the demographic is just pretty much, the race or the age. So like I say, once you learn how to play with Facebook ads and Google ads, you will be a bad person. It's just like turning water on and off. The leads will just start pouring in. Now, one of the last things you can do, as far as paid ways to get cleaning contracts, is build a sales funnel. A sales funnel is just it starts off with a landing page. You just kind of guiding your customer on the sales journey of whatever you're trying to sell them. You're kind of leading them down a rabbit hole, so to speak. Think of it almost like a hurricane, how it gets big at the top and it just gets smaller as it goes down. A landing page is pretty much you casting your net. You're seeing who's interested in the product, and as they click, that audience gets smaller and smaller until you find your target audience, the people that actually want what you're trying to sell. And in this business, we're selling cleaning, office cleaning and commercial cleaning to be exact. So you start with a landing page, and like I said, you start with a landing page. They'll click on that landing page, and you just go down a rabbit hole. That landing page will eventually lead them to your website, and once they click on the website, they can kind of leave their contact information. And that way you can get in contact with them and set up a time and a date, so you can provide them with a free estimate. So, like I said, we're just gonna summarize what we went over. Some of the non-paid ways is just, like I say, cold calling, email marketing, and just going door to door. When you're first starting out and you're trying to save money, I feel like those are some of the best ways, some of the best methods that you can do to kind of drum up business, because it's all about raising brand awareness. And like I said, especially when you're a new business, people don't know that you're in the cleaning industry. People don't know about your product. People don't know about your services. So it's all about raising brand awareness to get the people to like I say, leave a stain on their brain. And some of the paid ways is just, like I say, Google ads, Facebook ads, sales funnels, and paid leads. Like I say, as you get more advanced in the game and you kind of have a marketing budget to go with your cleaning company, those are some of the type of methods. Those are some of the most effective methods at gaining cleaning contracts. Like I say, you pretty much casting your net. Once you cast your net, you see who's interested in your services, and once you see who's interested in your services, you get in the face of the decision makers. And like I said, you make your pitch. You find out what they like. What specs of clean that they want. I mean, everybody's specs of clean is different, but when you go, you have your paper, and it's all about listening to the customer. Figure out why you're there, because a lot of times people have cleaning companies that's there, but they're probably not doing a good job. Figure out their pain points. Maybe it's dust on the windows. Maybe they don't vacuum well enough. Or maybe they don't clean the restroom well enough. They want to scent when they walk into the restroom. You figure out their pain points. And if you can solve a customer's pain points especially, they're gonna keep you. A lot of times in this business, no news is good news. So when you clean a building and you don't hear anything back, 9 times out of 10 you did a great job. Is when that they do call, that's when you know, hey, okay, I've got to adjust. And everybody's cleaning is different, man. Everybody's scope of cleaning is different. That's why it's always important to ask, hey, what do you want us to clean? I want you to be specific as possible. You kind of walk them through the process. And then, like I say, once you walk them through the process, you'll pretty much, keep it professional, go home, tally up the information, and see what's a good price to charge the customer. But like I said, I'm just breaking it down on how to gain the cleaning contracts. Hopefully I've added some type of value to what you already know in this business. And like I say, my name is Marquise Page. owner of Can Cleaning Crew LLC, your host at the Real Spill of the Cleaning Business. And if there's anything you need to know, hey, follow me on my Facebook page, Can Cleaning Crew LLC. Leave a comment on my website, the letter K, the letter N, the letter M, cleaningservices.com, www in front. And until next time.